Hello, everyone. It is Friday evening. Can you hear me okay? I just had a little bit of an issue with my sound I don't know why I've been having problems with my sound lately, but hopefully it's working. Let me know if not. I'm just going to double check again that it's set up correctly. It looks good. Can you hear me okay? And I was here on time and everything tonight, and then I was trying to screw my phone into this holder thing that I use to make it go down on my desk, and I screwed too far, and it completely fell apart. So I had to put it back together. So you can hear me well. Fantastic. Thank you so much, you girls. Ah, yes. I am well. I've been to the dent. Well, actually, truth be told, I've been to the periodontist today. So that's the gum dentist, the gum doctor. Because I've always had problems with my gums. It's hereditary. My parents had problems with their gums, and I've always had problems with mine, and all sorts of issues going on there. So I had a very painful cleaning session today. They did half. They did this half. So this whole side of my face has been numb all afternoon. I'm finally able to feel my face again. So that's really good. Then I've got to go back in a week and a half and have the other side done. So, but he was very nice. You said you used to love your Gumby. My dentist was very nice. He's a young Indian guy, and yeah, he definitely put me at ease, and he was good, but it still hurt. So it's the needles that hurt, right? That's what hurts. All right. So yes, we can start now. Cherie is here. Hello, Cherie. Actually, I just want to say this. If any of my girls who are in my team, my demonstrator team, are watching this tonight, today's the last day to register for our team retreat. So if you have questions about it, you need to ask me anything, then please send me a message and I will look at that. Okay. We only do one retreat. Well, so far anyway, we only do one retreat a year. At the moment we're in the middle of feverish activity. I've designed all the cards for it. We've got lots of things going on. And today's the last day to register so that I can order all the product and get it here in time to make all the stuff and send all the make and take supplies out to you. So that is the reason why we've got to close it off now so that I have enough packs. So there you go. Yes, our time changed. Was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? No, last weekend, I think. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was. It was last weekend. So we put our clocks forward because you spring forward, and we're in spring right now, and you fall back, right? Not that we call it autumn, not fall, but you know what we mean. All right, you girls. I'm going to do another sketch tonight because it's sketch night. I'm sorry I haven't said hello to you people individually, but you know I love you all. Okay, and thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate that you guys keep showing up for me on Friday nights and Tuesday afternoons and any other time I happen to go live. And I will. My intention is to keep showing up for you. So that is my plan. It does fly when you're having fun. Yeah. Exactly. You're looking forward to the retreat, Marie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having you there. Thank you for registering. Um, we've done these team retreats now for a number of years. I used to do them in person before COVID, and then COVID came along and totally changed everything, and we started doing them virtually. And then I realized that virtual is actually better for my team because my team is spread out all over Australia. I have people in every state except no one in Canberra at the moment, as far as I know, but every other state and territory. And most of the girls couldn't get here for an in-person event. So virtual makes sense for my team. And you might think, well, how much can you connect virtually? You'd be surprised. It's a fantastic day. And those of you who went last year or the year before, I hope that, you're coming back again. I know there is a lot of repeat offenders in the registered group, so that's good. Hello, hello. You're only here briefly, Marie. Oh, okay. Understand. I understand. Well, thank goodness for replays, right? All right. So let's switch over to the desk and have a look at our sketch for tonight. All right. So this is our latest mini catalog, and we've been working through all the sketches on page 14. And yes, 14. I've got it right. And here they are. Okay, you can see them down here. And if you come in a bit closer, we've done the first 5, and now we're up to this one. And if you have a look there, it's actually a tag, not a card, but I'm going to make it into a card. There's nothing to say you can't turn these into cards at all. And there's a couple of different ways you could go with that. But Cherie, we would love to have you in person, right? It just isn't possible. I know that. It Look, I love running the retreats, and I get to work closely with other people. So this year we have some really fantastic special guests at our retreat, and we've got our beautiful demonstrator team that we know and love. My leaders are helping as well, and we've got some really nice. And my dear friend Susan from the US is one of my team doing some presentations and things this year. So I know lots of you love her. So that's it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. All right, so this is the one we're doing tonight. Now, can you see it there? It is like a tag shape, okay? And then we've got a circle on top, and we've got another banner on top of the circle. Well, I look at those and guess which dies we're going to be using tonight because they're perfect for this. You're looking forward to the retreat too? Thank you, Lynn. I'm so glad. You did it last year, didn't you? And Tanya did it last year, I know. So there we go. Oh, look, Monique has a perfect solution for you there, Cherie. Did you see? She said your evil twin has a broom. That would work. Oh, unfortunately, it's just for my team members, Sheila. So it's literally for people who are in my team of demonstrators. Look, while we're on that subject, we do have an amazing joining special this month, right? And for anyone who hasn't heard about it, it is fantastic. All right. So for only $60, you can join as a demonstrator and you will get $235 worth of product. I mean, that's insanely amazing. Okay. Fantastic. You get to pick whatever products you like for that $235, and you get to be part of our community. You get to get a discount on all your orders. Why would you not want to do that? It's fantastic. And then there is another deal for people who want to get a little bit more in their starter kit, or a lot more actually. You'll get $344 worth of value if you spend $169. So both kits are actually the same value, what you get for free, but it just means you can put some larger ticket items in the higher value kit. All right. So, hey, Joan, nice to see you. Oh, look, we've got such a good group here tonight. I'm so, oh, I know, I know. I understand, Kerry. And that's what a lot of people have said they would love, And I don't encourage people to switch teams anyway. That I know people do it, and there are some people here who have done it. However, I don't want to be in the business of stealing people from other people. That's not what we're about, right? So, yeah, it's just Susie said the same thing. Yeah, exactly. I know. Sometimes, yeah, it's up to the individual. All right. So if anyone ever wants to talk through the pros and cons, I'm very happy to talk to you about that. But yeah, if you're already a demonstrator, then you're already getting a lot of fantastic benefits wherever you are. Hopefully you're in a great team and your team is looking after you, and you should stay right where you are. All right. Okay, so this is the one we're doing. Now, tomorrow, I'm off to a first birthday party, and I don't get to go to those very often. And I thought, well, tonight's the perfect chance to make a card. So I'm double dipping tonight. I'm not only doing this, I'm not only doing a sketch night, but also creating I'm cheating. I'm actually going to make a card for tomorrow's party. And I thought, well, that makes sense. So I pulled out the timeless plaid paper, and I love a good tartan. This is actually the one that matched with the Storybook Moments suite. Is it called Storybook Moments suite? I think it is. It was in our mini catalog at the beginning of the year, right? So you can see there's some really nice colors in here. Actually, I did look this up earlier to see what colors were in it. And just very quickly, there are some nice blues. There's boho blue, which we don't have anymore, but that's okay. We have quickly going through all the blues. Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight and Boho Blue are the two blues that are in it. And then the greeny tones are Mossy Meadow and Lost Lagoon. And some of them, like the ones that to me look, I'm going to pull out all the blue ones because I think a little baby boy turning 1, I'd like to go with a blue theme. So this one's got like a checkerboard kind of a look to it. It's nice, isn't it? And then we have the ones with the brown, more of a brown tone. These ones remind me of pajamas. Does anyone else think about pajamas? Because I think my dad had some pajamas made out of this and, like this kind of thing. So I'm just looking through. Oh, here's another one with blues. All right, that's like a larger checkerboard and a little bit lighter too. See that? And then on the back, once again, a bit pajama-y, but I like it. So boy, Leslie. That's a good point, Cherie. You're making very good points. Yeah, winter pajamas. And I like the blue and the green together. Those are really nice, don't you think? Well, that's nice with the Lost Lagoon check. Very, very nice. But I'm thinking, I like this. And I'm thinking maybe that's the one. This is a really nice set. It's got lots of really good colours in it. You can see here as I scroll through pinks, and you've got your like autumny Cajun craze. You got some browns in there, blues, greens. Really, really nice paper. All right, so I'm looking at this, and I'm going to go with this one because I like it. All right. Now the colours also in this set, you've got basic beige, and I was thinking to myself, even though there's no basic beige in this particular paper, there is basic beige. We'll see that one also has some basic beige in it. I don't know if you can see it kind of in the middle of the check there, right? So there you go. All right, so I'm going to make my tag out of this. Now, when we had the Countryside Corners dies, which we don't have anymore, those are now retired, those were really good for these kind of tag shapes because they had those beveled corner edges, and then you could just cut it off at the bottom. So cut off the other beveled edges. So then you'd end up with a tag shape without even trying, really. So that was always good. But I'm going to do a tag shape on here. I'm going to make this 7 by 11. And then let's see how we go with that. Yep, that's probably looking pretty good. Okay. And I'm going to probably throw in some basic beige, and I haven't, because I think the basic beige will look nice with this as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the corners off here. Now, because this paper, this is a nice little tip. This paper is very, very good at helping you. You can line up with the lines on the paper, which makes it really easy. So if I go from this line here to halfway between these two lines, it's really easy for me to do that on both sides. So let's see, more or less. And if I don't quite get it right, I can, let's see. Is that good? Actually, I'm a tiny bit more. I want to go a little bit more because I don't want it to be crooked. There we go. And I kind of, okay, when this happens, okay, if ever you get like a little, I don't know if you can see this, I got a little bit of a bird edge when I did that, all right? So that's when we pull out our sanding block, or an emery board will do just as well, a little nail file, and just get rid of that. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, okay, so that's going to end up on the front of our card, and I'm going to use my Stylish Shapes dies as indicated earlier. And I'm thinking we want one in the picture on page 14. The circle is slightly wider, I noticed, than the tag. All right, so can you see the circle goes outside, a little bit outside the tag. So let's see. I think the biggest one is going to be our, yeah, see, that's going to just go outside the tag a little bit. That's exactly right. So I'm going to do this in white. Am I going to do it in white? Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it in white. And I'm just going to very quickly cut that with my cut and emboss machine. And that's going to be the right size. Yep, that's good. All right. Now, because I want to use a nice happy birthday for this. Not that we have any not nice ones, but I was looking through my happy birthdays and I have a new favorite happy birthday, and it's this one. Look, look how nice that happy birthday is. It's beautiful. See the font? Can you see the font of it? It's really pretty. Like the birthday is big, the happy is small. I really like this. This is out of the new handmade and heartfelt kit, the one we used on World Card Making Day. So this is actually the kit that makes up. I only made up half the cards because I'm going to make up some maybe on a video or another time. But aren't they nice? Look how nice they turned out. And there's that happy birthday. It's a really nice one. And I just thought these turned out lovely. And I made them exactly as the instructions had in the kit. But did everyone see this kit? I think this was kind of a big thing because they did pull it out at World Card Making Day. $56 for this one, for anyone who's interested in it. I think this is my favorite card, actually. I really like that. I think it's beautiful. And I like the little, one's gone walkabout. The little blue sequins there. Like, they're very pretty. I know, aren't they nice? So this was from the World Card Making Day kit. I also like this one with the little birdies. I think that's really fun as well. So the birds were already printed, and then you just assembled the, stamped on this and put the whole thing together, but the birds were actually already printed on the paper. So super nice. Yeah, it's blue, exactly. And I don't mind a blue thing. All right. So I was going to put it straight on here, but then I realized when you look at the sketch, there is actually a banner in the middle there. Now their banner is completely inside the circle, and I thought, do I want to do that? And it's going to depend. Is this going to fit my happy birthday? Only just. I feel like it's not quite big enough, but this is the right size banner. But if I want to use this birthday, I'm probably going to need a slightly bigger banner. I know those birdies. Maybe one day, if you can wait about 8 years, 7 or 8 years, Cherie, and when I hit the million, then then maybe I'll do a birdie stamp set. Maybe that would definitely be a possibility. I do love my birds. You know this, right? All right, so that's a maybe. We could also do a bigger one and have it hang over the edge. So that could work. I don't mind that, having it slightly larger. What do you guys think? Do we like that idea? I did think about doing it in blue and then, doing the happy birthday in white and like embossing it. But yeah, I don't know if I do want to do that. I'm thinking maybe instead I would do it on white, but do some blending underneath here so that the white stands out on top of the blending. I think that might look really good. Use the large but yeah, you could. Exactly. Technique Friday doesn't have the same ring as Technique Tuesday though, does it? Yeah. Yep. So I'm going to pop this on a block. Oh my goodness, my blocks need to clean. Goodness me. But did you know that you can put the blocks in the dishwasher? I know lots of people who do that actually. All right, so yes, I think Cherie's had a really good idea. What we're going to do is we're going to do the long banner, but then we're going to shorten it down. So I'm going to get my cut and emboss machine so I can show you how that's done, because I think it's a nice little technique. So let's get our cut and emboss machine, bring it in, and I'll have to zoom out so that otherwise it's too close. All right. Let me see if I can pull this out without it falling apart again. All right, there we go. All right, so I've got this piece here. Is this going to be long enough? Yeah, it is. And now a couple of little tips for you. All right, there's a mark on that. There we go. If you put your like a straight edge through, when you roll it through, it makes a big clunky noise. Has anyone ever noticed that? If you don't want it to make a clunky noise, put it through on an angle and it won't clunk as much, right? So less clunk if you do that. It will still make a noise, but not as much as if it goes through straight. Can you hear how there's not nearly as much clunking? All right, so we've now done this, and this is a little technique that Cherie was alluding to. I'm going to put this back in and cut it again, and I'm going to turn it over so I can line it up so it's exactly right. And actually, what I'm going to do first, before I do that, is I'm going to stamp on it and then work out where I want it to. I think I'll use Night of Navy for this, because Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight's the colour that's in our tartan. Misty Moonlight they're the same colour tonally, just the Night of Navy is darker. That's all. So I'm actually going to stamp this. Hang on, got to get over it. So I'm very sorry if you're looking at the back of my head. All right. All right, there's my happy birthday. Isn't that a nice happy birthday? I love that. So nice. And it's in that kit. And we love that. All right. So now what I need to do is I need to put this so it's centered in the middle. So I'm making it larger. It's still bigger than the other one. This one was a bit shorter again. Can you see that? But this one now will be the right size for my greeting. And I'm just going to turn it over and make sure that I am actually lined up inside those lines. Yep, it is. And you can do it this way, or you can turn it upside down to do it if you want to keep an eye on it. All right. So by doing this, I'm able to line it up to match my greeting. It's just a little tip for you, and it gives you a bit more use from your dies. Right, so now when I take this off, see it's cut that little bit off. You could use that as a little chevron-y thing, can't you? But now this is the perfect size for my greeting. And that's how you shorten your dies when you're using this kind of a die setup. All right, let's bring this back down. All right, so this is going to end up on here like so, but because this is white on white and it's not going to stand out that much, I'm going to get my blending brush and I'm actually going to bring this in. Oh, and we might do a little bit of a sneak peek at new product. Who wants a sneak peek at new product? Who's in for that? So I'm going to use Misty Moonlight because I've got a couple of things to show you that I think you will like. I did get some new online exclusives this week. Oh, and it's actually really good to show you that, because if anyone is thinking about joining as a demonstrator, you can put new online exclusives, not yet released product, in your kit. And that's a little perk that demonstrators get. They get, and that starts with when you order your kit. So you can actually put some of the new products in your kit if you want them, if you like them. And I think that's a really cool thing to do. All right, let's have a look at this. Okay. I'm trying to line it up because I've got a couple of smudges and I want to cover them. Oh, I might not be able to. That's all right. We can work with that. Yeah, that's better. All right. About that. All right, so I'm going to put that, I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind here. 1 and 2. And I'm just lining it up so it's in the center. There we go. Like that. And that's going to go on top of here. So I'm going to use a dimensional again, but before I do that, I'm going to do the sneak peek for you. Give me a second and I'm going to get the thing. I didn't plan to do this, but I think So who else got new product this week? Anybody else? All right, I'm going to put that out of the way. All right, so I can show you a couple of things. First of all, the thing I want to show you is this. This is a new die pack. So this is the new packaging. You can see it's quite long. All right. How long is it? Inches. It is 9 inches or 22 and a half, nearly 23 centimeters. Okay. And the width, it is 14.3 or 5 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so yes, so this is from the Hobby Suite. That's right. You got that too? Anyone else? I'm very excited. We've got some really lovely new things, and this is what I'm using for our team retreat. I'm using new stuff. All right, so I thought I would do this because you can put holes in tags. I mean, if you have a hole punch, you could use a hole punch. I actually don't, and we don't actually sell a hole punch at the moment, but these actually, you can make little tags with this. And we have like, you can do a round hole here that goes at the top of your arch, or you can do this as like a little, and it shows you what's nice is it has a little hole right there, so that'd be to push it out, but it's also handy because it shows you where the middle is, so you can put that hole right there so it's in the middle of this piece here. Okay, so I'm going to run that through my cut and emboss machine and make a hole at the top of my tag. Let me just run that through. Okay, so now I've made a little, like a ribbon hole here at the top. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put that back in there. So this is the matching, I'll show it to you. This is called Creative Haven. This is the Creative Haven dies, and these are the Creative Haven stamps, once again, in the new packaging. Okay. And I've used it a bit this week, like I said, to create some new things, and I really, really like it. Okay, I think it's a really nice set. So it's got to die for paper as well. It's a specialty paper that's got lots of different hobbies represented. So there's sewing and cooking and reading and all sorts of fun things. So so there you go. All right, I know I'm missing comments. Yeah, we are going to have to convert. I know, right? I'm still working through that process and trying to, decide how I want it to be. All right, so that's going to go on there. Now, the question is, do I want to do a basic beige card base and a white piece underneath that I'm going to emboss? So this would sit on the white, then with a basic beige. I don't think so. I think maybe a white card base with a basic beige card front might be better. So I'm just going to, let me see. So, this is actually, this is a basic beige card base. So if I was doing do I want to go this way? And then work some basic beige elements in. This will be embossed. Or do I want to go the other way? Do I want to go on basic beige? I think maybe that's the way I want to go. What do you guys think? And then it would be on a card front. I think maybe that's better. What do you guys think? Anyone got any thoughts on this? I think this is, anyway, I'm going to use a new product to do the embossing. Actually, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm going to give you guys a choice. All right, so this is not a new product. This is the Timeless Plaid. No, Forever Plaid. Timeless Plaid is the name of the paper. Forever Plaid is the name of this. Okay, so it has and Some of you may have heard when I do scrapbooking videos, I talk about echoes and echoing themes or colors from one part of the design to another. I basically do the same thing with cards, very, very similar. So we have tartan DSP. So to me, it makes sense to use a tartan embossing folder because they kind of work together so seamlessly, and you're echoing the theme from the background to the foreground. And I like that. You think that's the right embossing folder? I'm going to show you another one just because it's new and you haven't seen it yet. Oh, and I can't even remember the name of it. This is a new embossing folder. Isn't that nice? That would also be nice because it's also got like little squares, even though it's kind of diagonal. But this would go in here if we're going to use that. Can you see it? It's really, really nice. You'd like pale blue behind the tartan. Like balmy blue, probably. Balmy blue and mossy, sorry, and misty look really good together. And that would work really, really well. And then we can decide whether we want to go with a misty moonlight ribbon or whether I want to use something else. We've got basic beige as well. So we've got some choices. We've got lots of different different options here. All right, let me grab the basic beige. All right, so this one here. The blue would be nice too, Marilyn. That would be another nice option. I'm going to go with the beige on this occasion, but that would, yeah, blue, a pale blue like a balmy blue would look really, really good. Did I cut that at the right place? Yeah, 10 by 14.3. And that's going to be my card front piece. Thanks, Sharon. That's fun. Echo, echo, echo. I know, isn't this a nice embossing folder? I really like it. So the question is, are we going to go with the traditional tartan or are we going to go with the new folder? And I've better tell you what the name of it is because I can't remember. Oh, hang on. I've got the packaging sitting here so I can look it up very easily. It's called Beautiful Pattern. There you go, Beautiful Pattern embossing folder. That's what it's called. Okay, Susie said new. Barbara said tartan. Okay, new. Oh, thanks, Anne. Anne's just put up the number and the name of this Beautiful Pattern embossing folder. The new folder, of course, says Nicole. Tartan. Oh, it's contentious. Some people are saying, it looks like we're seeing some people say the new and some people say the old. Oh, you think this embossing folder is too girly for a boy? See, once they get a little older, I guess I would feel that way. But while they're still babies, I kind of feel you can go either way. Jethro says the new one. Thanks, Jethro. Very interesting. Oh, well, both would look good. I don't know. I should toss a coin at this rate because everyone's coming up with different ideas. All right, so let's see if this is on here. My husband's just arriving home from work. You can kind of see what that would look like. And it is nice. And it will go, it's almost like it's a diagonal tartan, almost. But if we go with the older folder, and that's going to be this one. And it's going to go on here. All right. It does look like a baby quilt, doesn't it? What year is he in at school, Katrina? All right. So people are saying plaid for a boy would be better. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to run this through. This is a 3D folder, as is they're both 3D folders. All right, so this one is 3D as well. But it's fun to show you some new things, right? We love that. And I'm just going to run this through my cut and emboss machine. It's the specialty plate that you need for the 3D folders. It is a really nice folder, isn't it? I always get, and you know, if you want to, you can use a blending brush and darken it up a little bit. You could use basic beige over the top of it and that will darken up some of these. I'm not going to worry about that today, but you certainly could do that. All right. So this is how this is looking. Now that I've done this, I was just going to put this on my basic white thick card base, but I'm wondering if I should have cut it down ever so slightly and used like a misty moonlight or even a navy matte behind it. This is a work in progress. So this is what it's going to look like when you put it straight onto the base. You get a feel for it. Okay, it's going to look like that. But I feel like maybe an extra layer might be good on this card. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm going to cut this down ever so slightly. I'm going to cut it down to 9.5 wide, and we're going to put I think that extra layer is just going to be, it's going to be right on this card. You like the contrast of the new folder? Yeah, look, it's nice. They would both look good. I don't think we can go wrong really with either. It really just comes down to personal preference, and sometimes it's just whichever one I pick up at the time. I'm deciding whether I think I might go with navy because my stamping is navy. And I think that gives us a little bit more contrast as well. So let's do this. So we're going to make it the same size as what the other one was, the basic beige. So I'm going to go 14.3. And this is going to go in here like this. All right. Liking that. That looks good. Let's stick it all together. That's interesting. Well, yes, I did put it through with my specialty plate, and it certainly feels, yeah, it's 3D, but it didn't say that, does it? But yeah, it feels 3D. And as Leslie said, she put it through with the specialty plate. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go this side. And we're going to put on this. I'm going to go with a couple more dimensionals because you can't have too many, right? I don't think you can. All right, let's see. It looks good. I know I'm using way too many dimensionals, but some nights it's a dimensional night. It just is. I know it's a nice folder, isn't it, Roz? How are you, Roz? Nice to see you here. It doesn't have 3D on the label, but I feel like it is I'm pretty sure I used it with my, so I'm centering this as best I can. Now it's going to need some ribbon or something. Now, if we use the Misty Moonlight ribbon, it would look nice, but it does have silver in it. And I just bought a new one, but I think silver would be okay with this. What do you guys think? I mean, you could go silver or gold, to be honest. Now, I noticed I've got a couple of smudges of glue on this, so I'm just going to get rid of those. If you're wondering where these come from, we used to sell them once upon a time. We don't anymore. They are called adhesive removers, and you could probably pick one up at maybe even a newsagent, but I think you can get them at Spotlight. They've got them around. All right, let me just get this, because it's a brand new ribbon. I had to buy a new one because I used up all the other one, because I really love this ribbon. And because there's silver on the outside of this, we'll probably go silver with our embellishments, or we stick with the coloured ones. So I'm just going to throw this. It fits beautifully through this little hole that we made earlier, like that. All right, and I'm actually going to just cut that off. I'm not going to tie it. I really love, if I feel, I could tie it, and it does tie okay, this ribbon, but I like when I'm going through tag like this, I like to use my linen thread, and it would be easier to do this before I glued it all down to the card, but oh well, didn't think of that, did I? It's okay, we'll make it work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this around, sort of just holding it in place there. I'm going to tie it around. And I can cut these a little shorter when I'm ready. So I'm just going to tie a bow here with these. Let's turn this around. I tie bows better upside down, and I didn't do that today. So let's pull that out. Cut this off. All right, I'm going to cut that a little shorter. Like that. And it's definitely going to need some bling, but let's put it on the card base first. Okay. And here we go. Now, if I am doing a dark coloured card base, like if I had done, for example, a Night of Navy card base, rather than doing a matte, then I would put an insert, a white insert inside the card to write on. If I'm using, I don't do that if I'm just doing it on white, because we've already got white inside. But you could, if you wanted to, stamp something in there that goes pretty in the corners there. I quite often stamp in the corners because I think that looks really nice. We need some bling, guys. Let's see, what bling do we want to use? Let me see. I could go silver because we have silver in the ribbon. That would work. Oh, good to know. Bunnings have them. There you go. $2.50. Cool. That's good, actually. We could use just like little clear ones. Little clear ones would be nice. I could just go with rhinestones. Good old rhinestones. We have silver adhesive backed gems. This is giving us a few options. I have got pearls, but I don't feel like pearls are right for this. I just, look, you could get away with maybe some cloud cover, little cloud cover pearls. You could get away with those too. But I think maybe rhinestones, clear ones, or the silver. What do we think? Metallic silver. And you know what? These metallic silver ones are the ones I buy the most. Absolutely love them. Oh, mine's so old, Tanya. I don't think anyone's got one older than mine. It's really, I don't even like to show it on screen because it's so messed up. Really, really old. Silver, says Joan. Silver adhesive back, says Kerry. Okay, silver it is, guys. We're getting more votes for those than any of the others. And I'm going to put one down here. And I'm going to use a couple of little guys. One up here and one little further up. And I'm going to call that a finished card. And I've got a card for tomorrow's party. Yay! 2006. Yeah, it's probably very similar age to mine then. 2006 is the year I joined Stampin' Up. So next year it'll be 20 years for me. I just have to put my thinking cap on and see what I can do special for my 20 years. Something. I don't know. Something special. All right. So we have a card made with our sketch on page 14. We've done it. And it's time to do what I always do, which is I spend so much time making the first card and, it's slow and laborious. We love it, but it's slow and laborious. And then I throw together a second card super fast to finish out the hour or so. So you don't put bling on cards for little kids. That's probably not necessarily, you probably got a point. You're too worried they'd pick them off and swallow them. I think you are correct, although I don't think he's going to have access to his cards. This is really, if I'm honest, it's really for his grandmum or for his parents and his grandma. His grandma is a very dear friend of mine, so that's the reason that I'm doing that. Oh, I don't know if you can hear the noise behind me. You can guess who just got into a drawer. And he's in my scrap drawer digging around. You can probably imagine. And I'll give you a clue. It's not Merlot. Because Merlot doesn't do that. Merlot just sleeps. Oh, that's a good idea too, Monique, to give shaker cards to children, although I'd be worried the shakery bits might come out as well. Oh, there you go. So Tanya said her granddaughter picked her sprinkles off her card. So she asked her not to put any on. Maybe, yes. Crumpet's in the drawer behind me because I opened it up to take out some things to make this card and now he's in there. I should have closed it again, but anyway. Oh, well. The soft-footed thief, indeed. That is so true. All right, I actually quite like the card. The card turned out really nice. So we turned a tag into a card, and I think it's perfect for the first birthday tomorrow. Yeah, he does like to craft. He loves, his favorite crafting item is ribbon, and he will take it and run up and down the hallway with it. So you have yards and yards of unrolled ribbon up and down the hallway. All right. So I'm just having a look here, and you've seen a couple of new things tonight. I will be showing more new things over the course of this month. You'll see them. Once again, if you're in the team, we're going to do a little a walkthrough of some new products, and that's coming up for you guys soon. So they probably would. I think, and I don't know whether Bluebell is the same, Tanya, but Crumpet is the gentlest. Merlot and Crumpet both, they've got such gentle personalities. I think Merlot taught Crumpet to have a gentle personality. If we get another cat, and yes, that is a possibility, we're hoping that they would both teach the new one to have a gentle personality as well. I know you can't always decide for them, but quality controller, yes. I think the quality goes out the window with Crumpet. All right. So I'm thinking what we might do is have a quick look at a brand new kit. How do you feel about that? Has everyone seen the new kits? We did have a kit sale last week. If you missed it, these are still very good value. This particular kit is $25 and it is, oh, wrong kit. I just pulled the wrong one out. It's called the Nutcracker tags, and it makes up a bunch of tags. And you can see it's all Nutcracker stuff. And if you're looking for this, it's in the online store, but it is actually shown in our, catalogue here, just inside the cover. So page 7 here, a kit for every occasion, and you can see the Nutcracker tags right there. Okay, and it also shows you a little bit of the autumn, the wreath, and the, what's this one called, Road to Christmas kit. So these are kind of the featured kits. There's also this little scrapbooking, Remember Christmas scrapbooking kit that you can document a Christmas event. So your Nutcracker Kids coming on Monday. Very exciting. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to pull this out of here. You can see, oh, it makes, I was thinking it made 8, but it makes 12. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. So 3, 3, and yep, 3 of each. I'm just going to grab my scissors and let's open this up. I'm just going to, I'm so glad my face has got feeling again. That wasn't any fun. I had a little nap this afternoon and kind of slept some of it off, which I think probably helped me, and I feel a lot more alive now than I did a few hours earlier. All right, so what is nice about these is they always come with an instruction sheet. Okay, so if you aren't sure how to put a kit together, all the instructions are in here, and it has them in, let's move this out of the way. It has them in, this works for all languages. So you have diagrams to show you how to put them together, which is really rather nice. So there's 4 different designs, and you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. It shows you step by step where to put your dimensionals, and so on. This is not a stamping kit. It does not have a stamp set. It does not have ink. It's just putting them together. I know. I thought you could use them on cards as well, and I thought it would look nice on a scrapbook page. So, so that's pretty exciting. Oh, really? Huh. Has she always been cranky, Cherie? Or is it, is there something not right? All right, so which one will we do? Let's do one. We've got, let's have a look. We've got, this one's got a hat. It says cheer to last the year. This one says for you, and he's kind of got, he's a black beard and a little red and gold hat. We've got a little girl here that says sending joy. And we've got believe in the magic of Christmas. This one looks like he looks like a king. That looks like almost like a crown there on his head, but I think it's also meant to be a hat. So which one will we do? The girl, says Leslie. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here is the girl. So let me push that out. And you'll see these are very simple to put together. So let's see what pieces. I find these, the kits work best if you sort of sort out all the pieces before you start. So it's showing you here what the pieces are. So we've got the girl, then we've got, let's see, then we've got a red tag. Okay, so I'm going to push out the red tag. And her hat has got like a little, it's got like a little gold, I don't know if it's a feather or if it's a leaf. I think it's a feather, right? And then, so the hat and the shoes, which are next to the tag. And then also in here, there's some black cord, which we'll get to in a bit. It shows us we're going to need some dimensionals, shows us that. And there's some holly and a sending joy. So let's find the holly and the sending joy. And you've got, because it's a multi-language kit, you'll have greetings in other languages as well. So this one is, here we go, it's this one here. There we go. And you could change the greetings if you wanted to, but the other thing I was thinking about this, you've got different languages. So this one's got sending joy. There's the sending joy here, but you've got other languages for this, so that you could, you could do a card, and send it to a friend who uses one of those languages as well. So here's the sending joy. Just push that out. All right, so I've got my pieces. I've got the cord, got the tag, the holly, the sending joy, the hat, the shoes, and I've got the girl. So let's put all those to one side. I'm going to put them back in the box, actually, just to keep it all together. Also, you'll notice here we have dimensionals, mini dimensionals. Can you see them? And also there's some glue dots in the back there. Okay. if you don't want to, and frequently I do this because I have plenty of my own dimensionals, sometimes I don't open these because I just use my own. And then I've got them, I've got a cute little dimensional pack if I want to gift it to someone or something like that. That's just a me thing. But I'm looking in my drawer. Here's some mini dimensionals here. And I've also got some glue dots here. So all right, so I've got my pieces. All right, so then I come down here to number 3 and it shows me where to put the dimensionals. So we're going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of the Sending Joy. We'll do that first. So I'm going to put them exactly where it says to put them. And one down here. Now, I mean, if I was putting these on, normally I put them all over, but there might be a reason why they're positioned there. So I'm just going to put them the way theirs are. And then this one, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals behind the hat. They've got it sort of in the middle of the hat, so that's fine. And then the shoes, kind of in the middle of the shoes. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, yep, the shoes in the middle there. I haven't taken the backs off any of them yet. All right, and then it shows me that this, the Sending Joy is going to end up on here. You can see it's just below, like where her hands are, and just right there, sort of off the edge a little bit. Then this is behind here. And you notice that there's no dimensionals behind the holly. So that's kind of interesting. We'll think about that one for a second. Somebody might see what needs to happen there. And then this whole thing is going to go onto here, right? So, okay. So you line the top, the circle here with the circle on the tag, and that's going to line her right up, and that's exactly where she should go. So I'm actually going to put some, even though it doesn't say to, but I'm going to put some dimensionals behind her. You can see how easy this is. This would be a great little crafty thing to do with, grandkids or something like that. All right, so I'm going to line up the hole there. There we go. Now she's coming together, and now she's starting to feel quite sturdy now. All right. So the shoes. So you don't have to do it, but by adding dimension like this, it really kind of pulls the whole thing together and just gives it a bit more interest. Right, so there's the hat. Here's the shoes. She's very pretty with all her gold and bits and pieces on here. So the shoes have gold on them as well. And I'm wondering if let's put the Sending Joy on. Oh, I see. So this little dot here is a glue dot, and this is going to get glue dotted in behind. I see. Makes sense now. Oh, that's a good idea, Monique. All right, so Sending, and it's just almost, so it's right there at the top of the shoes, like that. And then these little guys are going to pop in underneath here, and you're going to put a glue dot behind that. So I've got a glue dot there, and I'm just going to pop that like that. And she's done. So you use then the cord, it tells you to use 12 inches or a foot or 30 centimeters, and you're going to tie that through the top. But you can use as much as you like. So let's use the black. I was thinking also, this is the black, and it does go with some of there's some black lines on there, and it does look nice. But you could also use, and I think this would look really lovely, either the white and gold that's in the mini catalog. Actually, no, this is an online exclusive. It's got the white with gold through it, and there's also black with gold. What do we think? Black with gold or white with gold? I'm changing it up, guys. We're going a little bit rogue. What do you think? I think maybe the black would look good, but it's a little, it's a bit more sparkly than the black cord that came in the kit. So if I cut this out, yeah, I use my own too, Glenda. Black gold, says Leslie. Good, because that's what I'm picking. All right, so then what you do is you loop it over like so, and you put that end of the loop down through the hole, actually the holes, because there's two, remember? Let's get that through there. And sometimes it can be hard to, you might want to grab a, like a pokey tool and push that through, because it just makes it easier. So if it doesn't want to go through straight away, get yourself a pokey tool and push it through. All right, so then you've got your loop there at the back. Put your finger in the loop and push the front pieces through, okay? I think you could use these in lots of different ways. You could use them on a scrapbook page, like I said. You could use them on a card. You could use them as a tag on your presents. You could even hang them on the tree, really. Don't you think? Yeah, I do the same thing, Kerry. I put the others to the side as well. So there we go. There we have our beautiful little girl here. And how easy was that to put together? Really, really cool. This kit makes 12 of these. And I think they're beautiful for Christmas. I love them. Does anyone else really like these? Yeah, Christmas decorations. I know, Leslie, would be great for that. So there we go. We made a cute little tag to go with, and this is the kit. So if you're looking for this kit, it's called Nutcracker Tags Kit. It's $25 and it makes 12 tags. Okay, so what's that? Just over $1 a tag, isn't it? No, $2. $2 a tag. What am I saying? So I'm not, maths is not my strong point, guys. I'm a card maker, not a mathematician. So sorry about that. All right, so I got my card for tomorrow, and I've got my nutcracker. And there we go. What do you think? Do we like it? Put that there. Try and get rid of some of the glare on my desk. Does anyone have any questions for me? Yes, Sean, it has. It has. It changed last weekend. You'll have to watch the replay. I'm so sorry. I agree, Sharon. I think that's a great idea. I'm sorry you missed the live, Sean. You probably were coming on thinking we would all be saying hello, and instead we're all saying goodbye. Sorry about that. All right, let me click back over. Okay. All right. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. If anyone has any questions for me or you'd like to reach out, I have put my email address in the description below the YouTube video. So if you click down to the description where it says see, click the more button and you'll see all the information there. So it's got my blog address. On my blog, I'll put that up on the screen right now, actually. This is the blog address, lookwatimade.com.au. If you go there, you can not only go shopping, if that's what you'd like to do. It only works though if you're in Australia, because only Australian customers can shop with me. However, there is also a sign up button there for my newsletter. And if you would like to be kept in touch of things that are going on and what's coming up and all that kind of stuff, you'll want to definitely be part of that newsletter. So it's free. I send them usually once a week, usually on a Tuesday morning, unless there's a sale or something else going on that week. I usually send them on a Tuesday. So there we go. Does anyone have any last minute questions or anything for me? Yeah, see you on Tuesday, hopefully for Technique Tuesday. And for the rest of the team, I'll see you Monday morning. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. I hope you're all doing fun things this weekend and can find maybe some time to craft. See you soon. Bye bye, everyone.